Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we will talk about VLOOKUPs. The first video about VLOOKUPs I showed you how VLOOKUPs can be useful in scenario modeling of franchising business ideas when you have multiple groceries or multiple types of nail salon or nail studios. So when you have lots and lots of profit centers, and you may use VLOOKUPs to link them with your timeline. And in this video I would like to show you how VLOOKUPs are useful if you are going to be modeling some portraits of customers in your project. So when you start a business, so many entrepreneurs make a very common mistake because they think that this or that type of customer will stay forever with them, but in reality you have to set up some timing parameters for the duration of the life cycle of this or that type of customer to calculate the revenue the right way. So in other case you will calculate higher revenues, you will get incorrect the payback period, incorrect financing needed for the business, incorrect payback period, and so on. So the timing is very important when you time parameter is very important because it affects the revenues. So how can we use VLOOKUPs in timing? So for example, here we have the timeline. And here we can specify the amount of new customers that starts consuming our goods or services. So for example, so in July 2022, for example, we will get 2 new customers, then we will get 3 new customers here, 6 new customers here. So here we'll be specifying how many new customers will be joining our business. First of all, I'll just create some simple formula for that. So what I will do, I will just copy the timeline. So here is the amount of new customers, not existing but only new. Then so all is what I'm showing you is very important when you are facing the revenue calculations, because you have to believe in the amount of revenue you have. So here 120 months of our timeline. And now we'll have to extrapolate these customers to the specific moment here. So how I will do that? If this value increasing the line equals to this. If function, by the way, is also very important for financial modeling. Then we put this value, otherwise 0. So now you see these values are here. So now we have our customers the moment when they come, and this is the moment when they start consuming our goods and services. Then we specify what is the duration of the life cycle. So for example, let's say that the maximum duration of the life cycle, customer life cycle, so now let's say that the maximum life cycle is 3 years, so 36 months. So this is the input, so we color it with blue. Then what we are doing now, we have to count 36 months from this specific moment, from this, for these 6 customers, for these 7 customers, and so on. So what we are doing, so I will copy this timeline.
Start. So this will be the first moment.
If this value more than 1, then we put 1, otherwise 0. Then the next stage, we will be calculating the life cycle. And life cycle, I will put it like this. So for the first month, the formula will be just linking to the previous table. For the next month, the formula will be a little bit different. If and by the way, if and and function also very important for financial modeling. So if this equals to 0, and this equals to 0, then 0, otherwise the second scenario, we are describing the second scenario. So if this one equals to 0 and this one more than 0, then we put 1. Then if this one more than 0 and this value, and this value is less than the period of the life cycle of our customer, then we adding one, otherwise 0. If and now we are extrapolating this formula to the bottom and to the right. And we see the cycles of customers that came to us. So these are 36 months of life cycle for the customers that who came to us in January, and here are months of life cycle of customers that who came to us on September 2022. So they won't last forever, they will be ending on August 2025. So and the revenue from these customers will disappear, and we will have a lower revenue in September, for example, and this will give us correct amount of revenues, correct amount of expenses. So this is very important for you to believe in your calculations. So, and now we will have to create a portrait of revenue. So for example, revenue of customer. So revenue portrait of customer, so it's month, then revenue, monthly revenue, so here on the left we will put 36 months of our life cycle of the customer, and here on the right we will specify how our customer behaves from financial point of view, from the revenues points of view. So for example, in the first month it let's say first of all he increases in purchasing like this, for example. His check is increasing, but then his check starts to decrease. So for example, we have this portrait. So So he increases in purchasing our goods or services, then he's leaving, and his average check decreases. And now what we will do, we will link this portrait to this number of month inside this timeline. So how it is, how can this be all this done?
So what we will do now, we will copy previous
Table where we have
the life cycle.
Here we'll be using revenues. So these will be the revenues, and here we'll be using the VLOOKUP function. So we'll be using, we'll be looking. So we'll be using finally VLOOKUP function. So we'll be searching this value. We'll be searching
this value in this table. This is the portrait of our customer from the revenues point of view.
We will need the second column, and exact match. Then if error, we will put here a 0. Now I will extrapolate this formula to the bottom and to the right. So now we can see the portraits linked to the timeline. And now we can just add. So we can go up, create totals from this table, starting from B. And to calculate the revenues correctly, we can multiply these customers' behavior on the amount of customers. Here it is. We are freezing the column, press enter. So now we get the revenues, and what we can do to play with data, we can add a column here with revenues. So I will create the totals from the table on the bottom. So now we have all these data close to each other. To make me show you how it works. So for example, let's delete all customers and leave just one customer. So for example, we have just one customer coming to us in May, one new customer. And here we can see how he starts buying our goods and services here. He buys here, 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 and then he leaves in April 25. And he has the behavior, the consumer behavior, that we assign to him in this table below. Here is the behavior. And using VLOOKUPs, we assigned him this behavior. If we have two customers, we can see how numbers are changing. For example, if we add here 4 new customers, starting from this moment till sometime in the future, we will have our revenues calculated in the right way. So and you can add new customers, see how this algorithm works, and your churn rate works correctly. You get the right revenues, the right expenses, you calculate the right amount of financing that you need. So all this is possible because you use VLOOKUP function. So VLOOKUP function is vital when you have some business idea and with some portraits of customers, so it is the best way to use. So maybe this video was valuable for you. You may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We could help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.